Alrighty, let's see. Alright, and it appears that we are live. We're gonna wait for the sound to come through. And we are here. What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Air Racing League. This time, gonna look a little different. If you look over here to the right side, we are at Daytona, but we are racing in the Truck Series, which is why you see the Next Era Energy 250 had a vote to end the season, or at the end of the season, and everybody collectively agreed to run. Well, not collectively, but it was the winner between staying in the 2020 Cup Series or moving over into the trucks. And the trucks won the vote. So we will be doing 50% of this race. So 50-lap race. So this one will go by pretty quickly, and there shall be drama and controversy as we are so used to here at Super Speedways. And now just waiting for the green flag, or these guys to get into the race. I can tell you that Boss of the Sauce will start on the pole. JRC Indy and will start in second. Third place will be Triller, new to the league this season. JE Racing will start fourth. And, of course, we have 11 guys, and the fifth place driver is below the screen. So Yokeman will start sixth. D-Man for Day, there we go. Mikey Danman will round out your top five. Then seventh will be D-Man for Days. Eighth will be Red Rooster. Ninth will be Sir Gillian's. Involved 10th, 11th, Mudweiser. Involved 10th, Mudweiser 11th. Then starting shotgun on the field. They just showed it to me, but fortunately we will have to jump in. Love how I just backed out of the invite that I just got. I blame Indy because he spams me with invites every bloody time. And Something Wong in the 21 truck will start shotgun on the field. We just saw on the bottom of the screen. We'll see how well this one goes. We're going to follow along with Mikey Danman on his YouTube channel. This expected to be a thriller. People bouncing in and out of here. And here we go, Boss of the Sauce in the old Interstate style, number 18 with Hunt Brothers on the hood. Custom paint schemes, and we are green at Daytona. Let Season 4 of the Air League Truck Series begin. And already JRC Indy in trouble. Stuck up on the high side, all on his lonesome. No room to the inside. Is C. Triller going to close the door and fill the gap? Indy will fall back to not Yokeman, but J.E. Oh boy, and Triller gonna jump up in front of Indy. See if he can work his way around the 18. Takes a little while for these trucks to get up to speed. Oh my God, I just realized I was on mute. Oh boy, I wonder how long that was for. All right, JRC Indy, your race leader, Triller, in the 8. Oh no! The 8 of JE! Triller in the 8. Oh, JE, that'll ruin his stage finish. Meanwhile, Indy and Triller. Running it here to the end. Indy now trapped up on the outside. This 2 to go. And now it'll be side by side. The 22 and the 18 on low. The 24 and the 29 up high. With the 50 now. And now it's Triller and Boss of the Sauce breaking through. Oh boy, almost trouble in the back. But now coming to the white flag. 1 lap to go here in stage 1. What kind of move will the 18 of Boss make on the 22? Indy's got to be kicking himself for losing out on the lead. Now as we go back down the back straightaway, JRC Indy trying to side draft the 18 and make a run up on the outside. Not going to work. And it looks like it will be Triller cruising to the stage 1 win. Boss of the Sauce will finish second, JE third. Mikey Danman will finish fourth. Gillians rounds out your top 5. Then it will be Mudweiser 6th, Evolve 10th, 7th, Red Rooster 8th, Yokeman 9th, and D-Man for Days, rounding out your top 10. Oh boy, what a stage 1 we just had, battling for the lead. The outside line actually being useful, which on a track like this is more difficult than you would hope or want to think. And now we get ready for the first pit stops of the day under this stage break. And look who is up at the front. But Red Rooster and the 57 green flag waves. 9-lap stage here for Red Rooster. See how long that Red 57 could stay up at the front. Oh, Chuck's getting squirrely in the back. That looked like JE. And now we go along with Triller, riding side by side with the 57 of Red. That outside line just more put together. These three right here, Triller, Indy, and Gillians, these three have worked very well together so far in this race. They usually add that little wild card as the number 4. Right now it appears to be involved 10ths in the 48. But now Indy dropped to the bottom. The 24 truck will now be your race leader. Saw a gap, decided to fill it. Oh man, and the 57 caught a little bit of that double yellow. Almost shot that truck up the track, and Indy now having to cover 2 lanes here. He elects to go cover the outside. Oh my gosh, makes a lane for him on the bottom in front of Rooster. That was touch and go there for a little bit. That could have been our first caution of the day, but yet we stay straight and we stay green. Interesting enough, Boss of the Sauce actually in the 18 elects to go to the outside. And now the outside line has the numbers to potentially get by Indy for the race lead, as we are now completing lap 3 to the start of lap 4. Indy now dropping to 3rd, now fighting with Boss of the Sauce for that position. Triller elects to go to the inside, cover up the run he saw coming from the 24. Gillians and Boss on the outside by themselves. Oh, and Rooster going to jump up there to the outside. Boss elects to go back down to the inside line. Triller continues to lead the 24 of Indy. And I got to say, though, I got to give it to Boss of the Sauce on his paint scheme, man. This thing is sweet. Probably the best paint scheme so far. Remember, only a 12 truck field here. Oh, and there's Rooster up into the outside wall. The laps continuing to wind down. As they cross the line here, we'll check on the stream to see how many we have left to go. Not many, only 4. JRC Indy now in the prime real estate to try and make a move on the 22 if need be for the race lead, or if the move is there to be made. And look who's moving up the field here in the 88, but none other than Mudweiser. He's finally cracked the top 5. And you got the 32 truck also up there, Mikey Damman. He runs in 3rd. That 32 has been glued to the top 5 since the drop of the original green. Now down to 3 laps to go. Boss of the Sauce trying to make a move on the outside, see if anybody's willing to go with him. And no takers. Everybody just sees a free spot for the taking. They are more than willing to grab it. And Boss will fall all the way to the tail. Oh, tail end. Yokeman and Boss make contact. Red Rooster will split the gap. And now have to bring that 57 to the high side. And now he'll get shuffled around. 2 laps to go now as we cross the line. Indy exercising the utmost patience here. Knows that him and Triller are the only ones able to make a move here, but you cannot count out the 32 and the 88. There are numbers behind these two, but they keep splitting up and having trucks go to the outside. Four up top, 2 down low. This, the white flag when they come across the stripe. One lap to go here in stage 2. Triller still leading that 4 truck outside effort. falls to pieces, and it's back to just these two. The 32 and the 88 have not been able to make up as much ground as they want. Now, that could be for a reason, but we haven't seen them close in at all. Still about half a trunk length. And the fight's still on with Indy and Triller. Riding on with Indy now as we come to the green and white checker. Does Indy have a move in him? He wants to, but he also wants to stage points. He will take second. C. Triller will win stage 2. You can tell Indy was thinking about it, but he didn't see anybody else willing to go up top with him. And Mikey Danman finishing third, Mudweiser fourth. Boss of the Sauce rounds out your top 5. D-Man for Days sixth. Something Wrong seventh. Sir Gillian's 8th, Involved 10th, 9th, and Yokeman rounding out your top 10. Now we saw trucks and not pit that last time around. I think they will be pitting this time as I'm looking at Mikey Danman's tire right now. And fuel. All these trucks will have to come down. You're not going to see any shake-up up at the front, except for the fact that Indy drops to third and Danman moves up to second. C. Triller, though, still here to lead him to the green. This to decide the winner. Green flag waves. And we have 28 laps in this stage. And we should see one green flag pit stop in order to take us to the checkered. And now it is C. Triller, JRC Indy, and Boss of the Sauce, your top 3. Oh, boy! J.E. loses the handle on the 8 truck yet again out of turn 4. Saves it, but this time might have just lost the lead draft. Unfortunate event for the 8 truck. We go back to the leader, C. Triller. Now, as everybody to the inside, leading the train. C. Triller, new to this league this season, I believe. I don't remember him from last season. I do also know my memory is terrible, so don't quote me on that. However, right now seems to be dominating at a track where a dominant effort is few and far between. And him and Indy have just been able to blitz the rest of the field. As Boss of the Sauce and Sir Killian's looking to work together here on the outside to try and take that lead away. 2 by 2 for the front 2 spots. Oh, and they're running out of steam. It's 3 on 3 now. With the help of the 12. Is D-Man for Days. Is Bobby Cook up in the chat here talking the boys up. And then we are still side by side for this race lead. This is an insane effort from the outside line. The 18 ahead by a nose, but you can see from the top down that inside run is coming through. But those up on the outside remain together through turns 4 and now through the tri-oval, and allows them to stay with it. Not lose ground. Here comes the 12, going to give a mean shove to the 29 and the 18. You need those numbers on the outside. You can't just be even numbered. You got to be patient. The discipline it takes to just even be on the outside is insane and vastly underestimated. To be able to back up the corner enough to keep the guy behind you but not kill his and your momentum. And now with just the 22 all by his lonesome, Indy now separated. See, Triller goes up to block the 18, but the 18's run was too mighty for him to block. And Boss of the Sauce will now use that outside line to take the lead by about a car length now. Sir Gillian stays loyal. He does not shoot to the inside to try and get by. We got here together. We're going to stay that way. But how will the 12 react? He will go down to the inside with the 18 and the 29. Meanwhile, the 22 elects to shoot up high, or he thought there was a lane there with a 24 that wasn't, and he had to go save his own hide. And the 3 cars that were behind him. Because we got our own little second pack going here with the 88 of Mudweiser, the 50 of Yokoman, the 57 of Red Rooster, and the 8 of J.E. All guys trying not to get involved in the wreck that's always inevitable here at Daytona. Had a couple of glimpses of something like that happening, but these guys have done well to keep those trucks pointing forward. Now as we cross the line, we'll wait for the stream to catch up. 21 laps to go. We've only had 7 laps tick off the board. Now we just need to have that happen another 3 more times and we can decide a winner. But we also still have to get through that green flag pit stop that these guys are going to need to make in order to make it to the end. And now here comes C. Triller to the outside of Sir Gillian's. The 18 trying to help that 29, but also be ready in case that 22 gets enough of a run to try and make a run at the race lead. You got to be careful with that, though, because the draft is very effective here. You give that 22 a run, just trying to block his lane, it could come back to bite you. Now the 29 gets the majority run and will clear the 22. Very valiant effort by C. Triller on that outside line. Just didn't have anybody up there to help him keep that momentum going, as we got 6 people up in here. What's up? And Gillian's in the best position he's been all race long, sitting P2. He's been running inside the top 5 for a good portion, but this, so far, his best running spot. Is your pole sitter, the boss of the sauce in the 18. Takes him to under 20 to go. 19 laps remain. The more action these guys bring, the more faster these laps tick by. Right now, it's just running single file. But we've started to have a little bit of separation here. Mikey Danman and the 32 starting to lose touch a little bit with JRC Indy. D-Man for days and the 12 behind him. Then you have involved Tense in the 48. And it looks like Mikey Danman might just have enough of that top 4 draft to be able to keep himself in earshot. The question is, can he catch them back up? He's got to stay on point every lap. And sometimes you just got to lean back a little bit. Let the 12 and the 48 come to you. Use them to help keep pushing you forward. But don't go back far enough, like I said, to where you kill all of the momentum that you got coming from behind you. Now you're starting to see the desperate moves going below the double yellow line. Here he comes. Oh, thought he was going to have a shot on Gillians, but Gillians quick to get back to the bottom. Ooh, bad turn 1 entry by the 32. Kills him and the 12's momentum. And now they got even more work to do. Oh, Yokeman into the outside wall. Gets contact with the 88 of Mud. These guys have 3 laps of fuel remaining. This could be a case where you see a group of trucks try to undercut. So these guys back here, the 857, the 88, and and the 50, the 50 of Yokeman. I don't know why I couldn't just get that into my skull, but JRC Indy. Oh, here we go. Trucks coming onto pit road. Almost all the leaders, but JRC Indy stays out. He's going to stay out with Mikey Danman. There's too many Dans in this bloody league. 2 is too many, man. It's going to take me a little bit to get used to that. But these 2, let's stay out. They are in the draft together, so they should keep up just enough momentum to make it worth it. So we'll stay on with JRC Indy. Actually, no, we know what? Mikey Danman's the leader. We'll run along with him. They do not pit. They don't have to. If they were singled out, that's when you make the call. But they know they can go one more lap. They just put the whole field a lap down right now. And so, as those guys in the back, yes, that whole backpack has now come down pit road. And now we will see these guys come down. They cannot go another lap. We have... Oh, no! The 12! D-Man for days gets in the way of your race leaders, and that kills their run. Now we run along with Sir Gillian. JRC Indy back on the track. Here's Mikey Danman in the 32. JRC Indy is your race leader, but he has no help at all. But what looks to be a very sizable margin. Now Indy out of turn 2. Meanwhile, the trucks that are behind him are just entering turn 1. So Indy, huge lead right now. But we'll see how long that lasts. I don't know if he did not take tires or just took 2 and tried to gamble, knowing that the strategy he was going to use did not pay off. I'm trying to listen to the race chat right now to see what the heck is going on, to hear all the hooting and hollering. Here is the 12 of D-Man who was involved in the incident with the leaders, did not get out of the way in time and sent them both into the wall. And he now sees the 24 just ahead. I don't know if that's for position or just to get a lap back. But he is only running by himself. Boss of the Sauce well behind the 8 ball right now. He is probably well and truly out of it. There is the 32, a Dan Man. That was actually for position. So Danman down to 9th. That was for 7th and 8th right there with C. Triller. So shoot, maybe that 12 is for position. I don't know. All I can tell you is that Indy is your race leader. And the gap is 11 seconds back to C. Triller. Oh, and heavy damage from Mudweiser. Oh, no. Yike. I heard some commotion about something going on track, and I think we found out what it was. Here's Boss of the Sauce coming back down. Do these guys have to pit again? Huh. Oh, JRC Indy still running his laps. He is getting caught by the trucks behind him. Do not get me wrong. They are coming. But slowly. And there goes Boss coming off a pit road. Did probably not have enough to make it to the end. And now, here we go. Everybody getting collected back up now. C. Triller sees that the 12 has been caught by the 8. The 57 and the 48. The short pit works. And now they are going to run down this 24 truck. But here's the thing. There's already been blood spilt by the 12 on the 24 that made him have to go off strategy in order to just keep any sort of track position. So how does the 24 race the 12 now that that's coming up? is it will happen, and it will happen quick. And here he comes. He's showing he's going to go to the outside. Indy running just half a lane up right now. He's going to keep on the double yellow. And the 12, in good faith, does not decide to go by the 24. He stays in line with them. That is probably a very smart move by the 12, knowing that those other trucks are coming behind him, being led by C. Triller. There goes the 48, dropping back. Involved tenths. And JRC Indy continues to lead as these laps wind down. Last time by, 6 laps to go. These guys have just enough to make it to the end. JRC Indy has the freshest equipment on track. Not tires, but he definitely has the fuel to make it to the end. There's JE going underneath the 12. He wants second position. JE very aggressive. Elbows out here as we get closer to the end. 5 laps to go. And look who's coming behind him. The 22 of C. Triller, the 29 and the 32. And to the outside they go. But not well formed. The run is there, and Indy sees it. He's going to go up there to block. And gets one hell of a shot by Triller. Oh, Indy blocking like crazy, trying to keep the 22 below him. Triller looking up high, seeing if he gets a run into one. Doesn't happen. Indy runs up the track. 4 to go. Now 3 laps to go. These guys will have enough to make it to the end. Oh, we got trucks coming down pit road from what I hear. I just heard P4's pitting. Oh, we got trucks coming down. Gillians and JE. Don't have enough to make it to the end, I don't think. We got 2 laps to go to decide this. They did not have enough. It is back with the 2 drivers who have been up front all day. Indy up front. Triller behind him in second. Dan Man in third. However, the help not there for the 32 to keep him involved in this battle up at the front. But he does still have the draft with him, so he is closing back in. The 22 now comes down. The 22 wasn't going to make it. White flag is out. Indy, Mikey to decide it. Red Rooster throwing his hat in the ring. He's in third in the red 57 up high. JRC Indy has shown how much he wants this, how bad the blocks, how bad he wants to just block you and get him out of the way. Look at Rooster on the outside. What a run by the red 57 as we go into 3. but no help there for him. That lends itself to Indy's favor. And now they're side by side for second. Even more of what Indy wants to see. He's going to go up high, down low. Nobody's going to have it for him. JRC Indy will win the season opener at Daytona. What a call by the 24. Just when you thought his race got a whole lot harder, he makes the call, gets the huge gap out in the lead. The 12 didn't go to his didn't take him on the outside when they caught him. Elected to go with the 24. And Danman finishing second. Red Rooster third by a tenth of a second. Evolved 10's fourth. Yokeman rounding out your top five. Mudweiser comes home sixth. Triller seventh. Sir Gillian's eighth. Ninth. The J.E. and D-Man rounding out your top 10. What a run by these guys. I want to try something. We're going to start it here at Daytona, but we started it technically last season. We never used to do this before. But I want to see if we can kickstart it here as JRC Indy is up here now.
How you doing, Walbridge?
Hi, buddy. Well, we're still live. I figured I'd continue what we started at the end of last season. We interview the winner. And I figured we'd kick it off here with Daytona that you just so happened to have won.
Yeah. Last season was rough, man. So I figured coming into Daytona, it would be a good thing to start off strong. So that's what I had to accomplish with this win tonight. I was working with Triller all night, and man, I pushed him to 2 stage wins, and I needed to win it. I couldn't let him get all 3.
Yeah, and walk me through that incident you had with Danman in the 12, because he kind of impeded your strategy a little bit by not getting out of the way in time when you guys caught him in 3 and 4.
I think it was just misjudged timing by me, and I think it was Mikey Dan who I was following. It wasn't even really the 12 truck's fault. But it was just misjudgment on our part. We were catching them a lot faster than I thought we were, and it was just a mess. But first race of the season didn't affect me or Mikey Dan. He came home in second, I believe. So, I mean, the damage was very minimal, if any at all.
Yeah, what was that call you did that got you such a huge lead? You were out by miles ahead of the next truck behind you.
It wasn't really a strategy call. It turns out like 6 of the trucks got black flags going into pit road, so that helped out a lot. And then I took 2 tires and made sure I had enough fuel to the end. During the main part of that first run before the pit stop, I was just following, trying to get as much fuel as I could before I went in. I knew I needed to hit a certain amount of laps until the end before I pit, and that's what happened. I needed about 12, 13 laps to go before I knew I could make it to the end of the race, and we got to that number, and that was when I was going to go to pit road.
Now, I just got one more thing to ask you. How does it feel to be back in victory lane in a league where you thought it was all over with at the end of last season?
Well, restrictor plates seem to come a little bit easier. We'll see how that goes later on in the season. We'll see how that goes.
All right, brother.
decent luck on these restrictor plate tracks. We'll see how I feel after Vegas and all these other tracks. So.
All right, well, hey, brother, congratulations on your win, and we'll see you next week, huh? Actually, I'll see you tomorrow. These guys will see you next week.
Yeah, you will.
All right, brother. Well,
hopefully
hey, thanks.
For the same result, right? The same result.
Well, we'll see. We'll see if lightning strikes twice. The monkey's off your back, truly.
I hope not. Lightning killed me last week, but we'll be okay.
All right, well, hey, thanks for being up here, brother, with me.
All right, see you later, buddy.
And that will now officially do it. Hopefully we can keep this streak going throughout the season where we interview the winner at the end of these ones and give the winners a little bit of limelight that they deserve for putting on the show they did and grabbing the trophy at the end of the race. But that will do it for us. This has been the Air Racing League. My name is Walbridge, and we will see you